Hi guys, here Collector Brain on SuperOtaku, going to ancient comics. Let's see what we can find.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Collector Brain. Hi everyone. So gonna have to do a voiceover here. Jeff over at Ancient Comics has a really cool store, and he always plays some really cool music. Rammstein, Disturbed. It's always a hoot, but that's why I have to record a voiceover so I don't get copyrighted. First thing I went to is the Spawn box. In some of my previous pickups, picked up some newsstand Spawn of the earlier prints that in a 9.8 can be a really good value. And there were some keys here, but like the entire visit, I was really, really undecided on what to get. I went through everything. There was only one newsstand, but it had a lot of spine ticks. Yeah, wasn't really anything that I wanted. Going back, there might be some that they're probably worthwhile, but newsstand was the first thing that I really wanted to look for. And besides that one, that wasn't good in wasn't a good grade. There wasn't really anything. So yeah, I moved on to some other boxes after this. You'll see in a few here. Um, he had a huge collection of Spawn, like from the last time when we were here, and some of the more pricier books he had on the other side of the store, along the wall. And he said like the in the 200s, some of the rare stuff like they were gone like day one. And yeah, it's sometimes really hard to tell which ones are keys and which ones are not, because Spawn just looks really, really cool. Um, I didn't film throughout the entire store just because, there's people coming in all the time, and I didn't want to be in their face with a camera or something like that. So I just did some clips here and there because from my first experience, I also had to cut a lot of things out just so that the video wouldn't be too long. So yeah, I have a few more clips here going through the boxes. I'm gonna have you listen to some music. Before that, okay, so here, Next Man number 14. I was really thinking about that because it's the first cameo of Hellboy, or Hellboy in color, as they say, on his first appearance. I guess there's some other comics or magazines that have a black and white Hellboy drawing, but in the John Byrne's Next Man. So all you really see is a little tiny poster in the background of that story of Hellboy. If you don't really look for it, it's easy to miss. So $12 is actually a pretty good price. But I looked up on the gradings, since I like to grade my comics. Um, there wasn't really anything recent, so doesn't seem to be for this particular one. If you fill a run, for sure, people want to get it, but I guess on the grading side, there isn't like a huge market for it. So I I ended up not picking it up. But here, I'll let you just look through those comics with me. Yeah, so here, I was really interested in that Dazzler number one. That's one kind of on my list, but I looked it over and it seemed like it was cut on the side. And now you're gonna see here what Ancient Comics is really, really. I don't want to say known for, but what amazed me from the very first time I was there. So there's some glass case books here. I'm trying not to go right where the owner is standing, but I'm going to show you the wall books. It is an overwhelming amount of wall books. Like from the first time, this is the third or fourth time I'm here. The first time I didn't even know where to look. So, I mean, it goes all around. And they're amazing, amazing books. All right, so here we're at the second spot, and it's filmed a little bit in reverse because we were so excited. That was at the end, actually, but I kind of put it in the front so you see the store. This is the inside of the store. And yeah, we actually went on the bottom. If you see underneath it, that's what was Otaku, and my goal this time around was to go under boxes underneath it that we have not been into. And that's why you don't see a lot more footage besides what I'm showing right here. There's a few areas that I went through, but we went in depth last time. Jason, the owner, he was also at FenCon, where there's one of my videos out as well. So we've seen a lot of the stuff, but we wanted to dig into the 25% off bins, into the 4 for 10 bins. That was really our goal this time around. What we wanted to see what was in there because we were sure there are some hidden treasures, some diamonds in the rough, and as you can see in the pickups right after this, I mean, we found something. So yeah, after this clip, that will be the last clip, and then you will see me back here at the house. So I'll say see you in a moment.
Hi, welcome back to my place here. So yeah, I didn't film any outros or anything. We were pretty beat after that. Apologize for the background noise. Teddy is already snoring away. It's Saturday. It's kind of late in the evening. I wanted to make sure I get this video out. And while everything is like still fresh in my memory, Otaku already did a live on his pickups. So I'll put a link to his video. If you haven't seen it, go over there, check it out. He picked up like a giant box of 90s comics and then some extra ones.
So 90s, huh?
Yeah. So I didn't have a pickup video last week. You saw I did like a video of like the ranking of the Absolute Universe, according to me, the way I liked it. So, but the week prior, I did pick up a couple of books. I want to go over those real quick. So I went to the bookstore, Half Price Book. Some of you might not know it is. I think it's like a West Coast thing or something. And yeah, I go there, once a week or something to see if they have something new. There's not always, good stuff or new stuff necessarily, but once in a while you find some gems. And so 2 weeks ago, found this one here, Assorted Crisis #1, first print. Paid $2.50 for it. Pretty happy about it. Gonna get it graded. Already pressed it. Should be a 9.8 hopefully. So we'll see about that. But yeah, I was happy to find that. It wasn't in a bag or board, so really lucky that it hadn't, been mistreated. And I'm kind of speculating on this one a little bit. I mean, I heard the story is really good, and I still have to catch up on the reading part. But it has been nominated for an Eisner Award, so I'm assuming that this whole series will get a little bit more traction and so on and so forth, and that's why I want to get this one graded. All right, and on that same day, I only had one more pickup, another reprint. This is Fantasy Masterpieces #4, which is a reprint of the Silver Surfer #4, I believe it is. I just really, really like this cover. This was $20. There should still be a $35 to $55, depending on, it has a few issues. I'm going to work on it to get it as high grade as possible. But, a copy like this should still be worth around $45, $50 or so. So happy to pick that up. Can't afford the actual Silver Surfer #4 right now, so the reprint will have to do. All right, so last Saturday, didn't go out comic book hunting. I went yard sale hunting, so I got this microphone. I introduced it in the last video. I went out to some more comic book stores. One really small, I didn't film in there. I only picked up one book. I went to another half-price book, didn't get anything there. But at that small store, I went there once before, a long time, and I think they're only open on the weekends. I'm not sure. So I found this one here, Wonder Woman #88, DC Universe variant. It was priced at $12. I asked if they would do 10. They were happy to do that, so I picked that one up. Otaku gave me actually the same copy to press for him, which I recently did. So when I saw this, I was kind of like, oh, I know this cover, and I think it's a kind of cool looking cover. So I picked this one up. It should carry also a little bit of value, so $10 was a really good deal. So coming to this week, I went also to a half-price book again, and had a bunch. They had a bunch of new stuff, and but I only picked up one book, which is Scary Tales #23, Charlton book. And the only reason why I got this is because watched a recent interview from on the channel. They're connected with SuperOtaku. They did like a Asian American and Pacific Islander month for May, and they interviewed Sanho Kim. I wasn't familiar with his work, but they showed off a lot of it there in that video, and he talked about his work at Charlton Comics and so on. And when I saw this is one of the covers that he did. It was $3. I had to pick it up, so yeah, happy that I found it. So last week, again, like I said, I didn't go hunting with Otaku, but he found some comics for me, or basically when he was out, and he's like, hey, I found this, do you want it? And so he found 3 comics for me, also at Half Price Book, and today I was able to pick them up when we met, and I was able to pay him back. So first one is Green Arrow #1 from 2001. This is the Kevin Smith era. Yeah, I really like this. So he paid $2 for this, which I thought was really, really cool. This one was $8. This is the Punisher Annual #2, the Punisher versus Moon Knight. This was on my wish list because I thought it was a really cool looking cover. $8. I thought it was totally worth it. And this is kind of like a banger. He paid $10 for this, and it's worth way more than that. And that's Invincible #50. Cool looking cover. Gonna get this in my 9.8 grading that I'm working on right now. So that's definitely one I'll be working on this weekend. All right, that brings us to the pickups from today. At Ancient Comics, for some reason, I couldn't decide to pick up anything. Nothing really spoke to me, so I left without getting anything.
Mark, you got nothing?
All American Comics. From that big box of 90s comic that Otaku bought, he gave me 2. There is he just handed those to me because there was a bunch of stuff that he had like doubles of. So here is Wildcats #2, Prisma or Prism variant, really cool. And this one I already have, but I think this is a better copy, sort of Azrael #1. Hoping I can press this one too and then send this one in instead of my copy, because my copy does have a little issue, so I don't think it would get the 9.8. Yeah, and that I did pick up 4 comics at All American. We dug a lot, and I put a lot of stuff back, But yeah, let's get into it. So this was in the 4 for 10, but I only really wanted one out of, so I paid $2.50 for it. Swamp Thing 64. It's a cool looking cover. It's a little bit on a 9.8. It holds some value just because you see it's a dark cover and it's kind of hard to not get spine ticks on it. But this one looks really clean, and I'm hoping that I can get the 9.8 on this. I love Swamp Thing, but I'm always looking for stuff or for covers that are really worth grading. So yeah, this was definitely one of them. Happy to pick it up. So this next one, I looked for it a couple of times. Like, I like Green Lantern. This is a key, and it is the first Larfleeze in the Green Lantern universe. It was in the boxes that was 25% off, so it was marked at $10, 25% off. Got this for $7.50. And the next one you might have seen already in that I had laying out in the store. So this was I actually confused myself a little bit because this is also again like kind of a reprint. And I was looking also, he had a slab of the original one in a 9.0, and I was like debating on which one to get, and that's where the confusion kind of was for me. But I still got a really good deal on it, and I'm not regretting it at all. This is Spider-Girl number 0. It's a reprint of the What If 105. So he had the What If 105 graded in a 9.0 for $120. I was looking at if I could maybe crack it, press it, resubmit it. But I thought the difference was only that the other one was a newsstand and this was a direct. But this is actually, yeah, like I said, a reprint for when Spider-Girl got her own series. I thought the cover was really cool. He had it marked at 20, and when we did like the whole math and stuff like that, he gave that to me for 10, and I was really, really happy about it. So there's a little bit of dirt on it, but I think I can clean it up and make it look nice. So that brings me to my final pickup, and this is something that I have been looking for on eBay. Not the book particular, but so it's a signed book, and I have been looking for that signature for some time. And the funny thing is, like, we were talking in the car, Otaku asked me, like, what are you looking for? And I said, like, the signature from this artist, one of these days I'm gonna find it in a store. And he was talking about it like, you spoke it into existence, kind of. And it was funny. I was a little bit hesitant to continue digging into the boxes. I'm a little bit on the heavy side, so my knees were already hurting, like squatting down and stuff like that. So he's like, "Come on, get over here. There's some cool stuff in it." And in the second box down there, it was definitely misplaced. It was definitely misplaced. It was in the 4 for 10 boxes. The comic had a price of $60 on it, and when Jason saw it at the end, he was like, "Come on, this wasn't supposed to be there. Somebody dropped it in there." And I said, "Okay." We kind of talked about it, and I said, "What about $20?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." He's been really good to us, so I'm really happy with this. And let's get to it. So this is Batman and the Max, double signed by Jay Lee and Sam Keith. There.
You lucky son of a...
I've been looking ever since his untimely passing. I've been looking for a signed book by Sam Keith. I have it on my eBay search list, and there's so many of them out there, and you really can't find a decent anything that he signed at a good price right now. So I am so happy. So when I was talking to Otaku in the car, I was like, one of these days I'll find a Sam Keith signature on one of the books. And I was kind of saying like on a Max, because that's what he's most known for. I mean, he did some other stuff. I've been checking whenever Marvel Comics Presents has something, if there's like maybe a signature on the page 1 or something. Yeah. And Jay Lee, that is just an added bonus. I haven't any signed book. I don't have any signed books from him yet. This will be my first. Definitely not the last. I think he's a great artist as well. But Sam Keith, yeah, really, really happy to pick this up and for an amazing deal. So Jason really hooked it up. So I spent $40 in total today, and I couldn't be happier. Yeah, that was definitely the pickup of the day for me. And I'm happy to finally have that. So this will be also, I have like an extra section put aside for all the signed books that I found so far. And I'll, make another submission separate from the 9/8 pre-screen to just submit all of the signature series ones that I've, or JSA signature verification comic books that I've collected so far. I think I'm up to 10, maybe more already, so it's going to get a little bit pricey, but it's totally worth it. All right, that's it. I mean, let me know down below, what was your favorite pickup? Which one do you think was worth it? Did I overpay on something? Is there something I shouldn't have gotten? I hope the videos are getting a little bit more interesting, that you guys enjoy the live pickups. I try to keep a little bit more in it. I could have done maybe a little bit more at All American, but we were on the floor going through the boxes. It was really hard, like even with the harness to film and stuff like that. So that's why there's a little bit less than from Ancient Comics. But I hope you enjoy it. Let me know. Please like, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you on the next pickup. Have a good one. Bye-bye.